video and roll the video if you can. Are we going to take a break, by the way, Tracy? Are we going to take a break first? Not yet. Okay. So what's happening
There's a little
here
of the
is you've got
splashdown
the
today.
ship that is out 60 miles, and at Splashdown, the ship has been out there for a while. It maintained about a 1.5 to 2 mile distance away from the actual capsule. And then the divers, the Navy divers, were out there immediately, because what they do, as you can see, they put the flotation around the capsule, just like they used to do in the old days. And then they go in, and you have a medical team that goes in to kind of observe all of the astronauts to make sure they're okay. In fact, we talked to a former astronaut who said that when you splash down, and maybe you can add to this, Dylan, when you splash down, what happens is that motion of going up in the ocean is one of those things that a lot of astronauts over the years have gotten sick because of that. Seasickness right away.
It seems ironic, right? NASA hires astronauts that don't get seasick, right? You want someone who has a very strong stomach. It's part of the qualifications for becoming an astronaut, and yet this phase when you're in the ocean is actually the time when someone might get nauseous.
Yeah,
one great
really
event.
And so you go back to this, you have the divers, and they're the ones that open the hatch, and then they put the
Around the
floats
moon.
around the capsule so that it stays upright, and then they check. The medical team goes in and checks to make sure they're away, make sure that there's not one or the other astronaut that needs a priority, lift out of the capsule and then onto the boat. And then they bring them out, they put them on a float raft, and then the float raft leads to the helicopter. The helicopter will take them back to the ship, and then they pick up the last two, and it's the same process all over again. You just saw video of the astronauts taking pictures with members of the crew on board the ship. And so it kind of goes back and forth on and on like this for the better part of maybe 2.5 hours. We still haven't gotten word yet as if to hear if the astronauts have been lifted off of the boat and going back to San Diego. We assume that will happen sometime very soon, if it hasn't happened already, but the live pictures showed the helicopter still there. So my guess is that they have not left yet. Dylan, what do you think?
What's amazing to me also is the fact that we're just 60 miles off the coast of California. Santa Catalina is almost halfway between mainland Los Angeles and where they are, and that's thanks to a lot of precision for the ability to enter right where we want them to.
Yeah.
And it leads them to be able to get onto land so quickly.
Yeah, it really is. It's kind of crazy. And they were talking about today, which I also found fascinating, Dylan, is they were talking about the concept of coming down, right? And you see the 3 parachutes, you see them kind of go off, and the parachutes are there, so everything is floating down. It almost looks like we're going back in time, because we haven't seen that. We haven't seen that in 50 plus years. I mean, my kids are watching this, they're riveted by it, but nobody has seen that kind of a landing in 50 plus years.
Honestly, a lot of that technology was already proven out long ago. And if it's not broken, don't fix it. And it still has a lot of that reefing process where it uses detonation to open up the parachute in phases.
Yeah, which is interesting, right? Because you look, the capsule looks like an Apollo capsule. It looks like the same thing. It looks like we have just went back in time, and the pickup is the same. You see the Navy going, I guess if it works, don't fix it, right?
Great job.
So that's kind of the concept here. You tried and true is tried and true.
It really is. And like, even with the Artemis 1 to now the Artemis 2 mission, NASA didn't try to make changes when they already found success.
Yeah, and that's the whole key. Don't make changes when you find success. Earth's